Welcome to another edition of the Tiger Football Report. I'm your host, Spiro Marikas, along with the head coach of the Tigers, Pete Shinnick. And, Coach, tough one on Saturday against UAlbany, a team that coming in we all knew was a very good football team, undefeated in FCS and two tough FBS losses. Came in with, a really solid defense and a solid offense, and we saw bits of that all day on Saturday.
No, it really did, and credit to them. I think they're playing really good football, and like we talked about last week, I mean, their defense had been extremely successful in, not only giving up a minimal amount of points, but getting a lot of sacks, a lot of tackles for losses. And, what we saw against us, I mean, that played out to be true. I think offensively, we saw them against two, FBS programs move the ball and throw the ball deep and get the quarterback out and do some things that you're like, okay, legitimate contender here for a CAA, team that I think has an opportunity to win a lot of the games that are on their schedule. With that being said, loved how our guys played, loved how we battled, and loved how, we found a way to stay in it. And, got down early, but then found a way to claw back and get back at it. UAlbany will be one of the teams, I think, moving forward that a lot of people are going to go, oh, wow, we got them on the schedule. But, we were right there. We went toe-to-toe with them, and proud of how our guys handled a lot of the adversity that they faced.
The one thing coming in was that 23 sacks in 5 games. Your O-line did a great job. No sacks on Nate Kent on Saturday.
Yeah, really credit our O-line, credit our running backs as well, and credit Nate. He got out of there a couple times when the pressure started to happen. And then Brian Shepard, our offensive coordinator, I thought did a great job of not keeping Nate back there for extended periods of time. So ran some really good combo routes with opportunities to get the ball out quickly. We missed on a couple of those, and I think we had a couple opportunities that, we'd love to have back. But that was the biggest thing that we were concerned about. How would our O-line hold up against the nation's leading sack performer and I think the number 3 performer in the nation? One came in with 9, one came in with 7. They were 1 and 2 in the CAA, and credit Dan Volpe, credit KJ Brooks, the rest of our offensive line though for keeping them at bay.
Yeah, they left with 9 and 7.
They had the exact same number. So, and I think on the flip side of that, they had not given up many sacks. And for our defense to get 4 against a very athletic and a very dynamic quarterback. I mean, we saw him against Hawaii and Marshall break long runs and get out of the pocket and go. And so for us to get 4 sacks against him, kind of flipped the script. If somebody would have said, hey, there's going to be 4 sacks by one team and 0 by the other, going into the game, they would have had the stats wrong. So credit our guys for finding ways to make that work.
The last drive, you're down 24-17. You get down to the 1-yard line. I've been waiting to ask you this.
Yeah.
If you score, are you going for 1 or 2?
Yeah, I'm going for 2. I really am, and we talked about that. Felt like we had momentum right there. Felt like we were in a good place. We had 2 really good 2-point plays that I felt both of them would work, and really very unfortunate situation there because on that drive I feel like we had 3 opportunities really to score. We had a couple of runs that we didn't quite hit the hole the way we needed to, and one of the runs we kind of missed a block on the edge that, again, forced him a little wider than he needed to be. I feel like the corner route to DT had an opportunity to be completed. So you work so hard, you do everything, your guys give you everything that they got. You get down there to the 1-yard line, and unfortunately we missed a block, and Devin was kind of fending for himself there. So, again, I love our fight. I love our grit. That's been something that, our team has had and always had. We got to build on that, but we got to help some of the mistakes that we're making, and we got to clean up some of the situations that, have hurt us.
One player that is really starting to emerge and becoming quite a weapon is your tight end, Carter Runyon. Mm-hmm. Kid from Shenandoah College.
Yeah.
How did he end up here, and how has he progressed so much?
Well, first off, credit to him. Probably one of the top, hardest working guys on our team. Everything he does is full speed. Everything he does is all out. He was looking for a new home, and we were intrigued by his size and his athleticism. Really hadn't played a whole lot of football at tight end. At one point in time, he was an offensive lineman weighing about 300 pounds. And
so that made you kind of a compadre.
Well, yeah, there you go. No, kindred spirit right there, yeah. So look to see, and it's like, man, this guy is really athletic. This guy, I think we have a great upside. And credit our offensive staff for saying, hey, this is the kind of athlete that, can be successful in our offense. And I think the way we use him and the way that, we get him in one-on-one matchups, a lot of his catches, people are trying to cover him one-on-one with a guy 5'10 or 5'11, and here's this 6'6" guy who runs really fast going up and getting the ball. So I love what we've been able to do with him. It's as much as his hard work and then our scheme really putting him in a great spot. So been very pleased with him and very excited about his future as a Tiger.
Yeah, he's really come on over the last 3 or 4 weeks. Bye week. How do you deal with the bye week? Do you deal with it differently coming off a win or a loss, or you had a schedule of what you were going to do either way?
Yeah, obviously you feel a little different, win or loss, because that kind of lingers with you. But, what we tell our guys is, look, we had the bye week schedule set up. We knew what we were going to do. We knew what we needed to accomplish. Now, coming off the loss, it's like, all right, there's a few more things that we need to add to work on, but the schedule stays the same. So Monday, we spent time in the weight room and spent time out on the field loosening up, doing a good stretch, putting our guys in a good situation, then meetings, and then position meetings. Tuesday, Wednesday will be our hard work days. We'll spend a lot of time on the field. We'll do some competition of Towson versus Towson, but then we'll also prepare for what William and Mary presents to us. And then Wednesday we'll get back in the weight room, and we'll cover a lot of game type situations on Thursday, kind of a refresher of some of the stuff that we did during fall camp, punts blocked or kickoff from the 20, how do we handle all those things? And then we'll give our guys the weekend, and we'll come back Monday revved up and ready to go, and trying to become a better version of what we do. I feel like we're close, but we've been saying that for a couple weeks, and we got to get over the hump here.
What will Coach Shinnick do with a Saturday off?
Yeah, going to recruit. So go see some high school games, and probably see some on Friday, and then see some on Saturday as well. And then I'm sure I'll watch a game at some point in time on TV, which really haven't watched a college game yet, so other than ours and our opponents, I should say.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we'll talk again next week.
Thank you.
We will be back next week with another edition of the Tiger Football Report. Thanks for tuning in, and as always, go Tigers.